All right, hello interface designers. My name's iLed. That's pronounced iLed. Welcome to Interface Design 1 class, where we'll be designing 2 websites as projects for the course. The first website is just a standard informational site, such as an artist page, a museum page, or a community organization page, something to that effect. If you're taking Interface Programming 1, just so you know, you will be coding it in that class as your final for the class, or if you're not taking it this semester, when you do take it, you'll be able to code that as your final for that class. We'll only be doing the design in this class, okay? Then there's project 2, which is a standard e-commerce website with the shopping cart functionalities incorporated into the design. You won't be coding that website though at all. So now the rest of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to navigate this course website so that you can use all the available resources on this page for completing and submitting homework, for installing Skype and using that for office hours, adding the course calendar and setting email or text reminders for the due dates, and communicating through email. I'll also show you how to change your forward settings if you're unfamiliar with that, and then also just how to navigate the course in general, like going week by week, and how to understand the material and looking at lectures and things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that.
All right, so there's a course overview here, and that just gives you a general description about the course. And then there's a meet the instructor date here, and this date is to be determined. You will find it on your website once it's been updated. And then we have the syllabus. If you go ahead and you click on the syllabus button here, it'll link you to the syllabus. Now I do want you to read all of the syllabus, but I'm just going to go through and highlight some of the key elements that I want you to keep in mind here. There's a course description, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. And then there's course objectives, basically what you need to learn in the class or the goal of the class. Course content, that's basically what types of things we're going to be learning here. And then this section of instructor expectations, it goes through outlining things that I expect from you, like homework assignments and critiques, and how much time is to be spent on the class. Okay. Course projects, this outlines the 2 websites that we're going to be working on and how they're broken down by method of evaluation. There is grade sheets and Lima gradebook that we work with, just a few. Then there's the missing assignments policy, and we'll discuss this a little bit more. Basically, you're expected to turn in the assignments, and if you have an exceptional circumstance that's unexpected, then you can bring that to my attention, and we can judge the merit of that and whether it's excused or not. But otherwise, assignments are docked if they're late. I usually give you 2 days from when the assignment is due, and I only dock at 1 point. And then if it's anything after those 2 days from when the assignment was due, I dock at 2 points, okay? And then after that week, I basically don't take it. Supplies and materials. Primary things you need are the notebook for your notes and handouts. If you feel you need to take notes and if you want to print some of the materials that are provided on the website, you need a sketchbook to help you create some of your sketches, just a plan. You need 1 pencil and 1 fine point tip Sharpie. You need a domain name and a server space. And in this, you're going to have a course website as well. And I believe Chris Gargiulo will be teaching you how to create that for this course. You'll need 1 portable storage hard drive, something that you can transport your information on from your computer to the lab and back and forth as needed. There is a required text. It's called Don't Make Me Think, A Common Sense Approach to Web Usability. It's the 2nd edition by Steve Krug. Now, you will be required to read a chapter of this for the first 8 weeks until you finish the book. It's a relatively thin book. It's also available online. You can check it out. For each checkout, you'll find them, or you can find it on Amazon, and there's a link to it here. And then if you have a disability, you're recommended that you go to Disability Support Services office and let them know. All right, so make sure and take a look at this in more detail. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. And then if we scroll down here, there's some general contact information here. This is my bio if you want to learn a little bit more about me. I don't want to bore you with who I am. My mobile, or where you can text me, is 808-343-9565. My email is iled@hawaii.edu. You got Skype. iLedG is the contact that you would want to add. And then office hours is Wednesdays from 5 to 8 p.m. Here you can book me if you need an appointment during those times. And lab hours, you can click on to view the lab hours. Okay? It'll give you a list of the lab hours here. And if they change, they'll be updated through the semester. Okay? Gonna go ahead and close out of that. We have the calendar here. Basically, it lets you know when assignments are due. All weeks start on Tuesday, and all homework assignments are due on the following Monday. So this is week 1 here, and the assignment for week 1 is due on the following week on that Monday by 11:55 p.m. And then that next week, week 2, begins here and then ends here, and that's when your next assignment is due, okay? And that corresponds to the weeks down here where you will find the lectures, and we'll talk more about that in just a few. All right. In this calendar, you can also go to this little plus area here, plus Google Calendar, and this will allow you to go in here and logging in using your username and password for Gmail. You are then redirected to this page where it'll automatically prompt you if you want to add this calendar. So you would say, yes, add this calendar. And then once the calendar is added, you can go to the little settings here and you can say settings. And you can select whether you want to be notified for these. You can go to whichever calendar. For this one is the interface design list of due dates. So you can go here to that particular calendar and say reminders and notifications. And you can set reminders via email or SMS or whatever you like. So I'm going to say add a reminder. And then you can tell it that you want it to send you an email one day before the event, or you can say 2 days before the event, or you can ask for hours before the event, whichever you want. You can add multiple reminders if you want to. And then for any of these events here, like whether there's a new event added or a changed event or a canceled event, you can select how you would like to be notified. And I would just select email for these. Okay, just in case anything changes. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now I have that reminder sent. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. And then we have homework for homework turn-in. It also covers some of the stuff we covered in the calendar, where your lectures are updated at the start of each week, which is on a Tuesday, and then the homework is due on the following Monday by 11:55 p.m. via the assignment in La Lima and then via your personal website. Now, in this video here, it'll go over more how you would use La Lima to submit your assignment and then how you would post certain components to your personal website as well. Critique dates, they usually require additional participation. Some of them will be directly online with me, some of them will be as a class as a whole, and then others will be on face-to-face Skype with an actual guest critic. And those are usually on the following day, either by midnight or at a certain setting in a classroom. And the posting instructions for critique are posted in the assignment as well. Okay, and you'll learn a little bit more, like I said, here in this video. In order to understand this homework turn-in, it's necessary to take a look at a little bit of the website down here where you can click on the tab for a specific week. And it gives you a start date and then the due date here. And then you'll get an overview of lectures. And again, this will be discussed in the video above here a little bit more so you can look at it in more detail. But basically, you're going to have some lectures and documents that you need to review. There's examples inside the lecture for each particular item. These are the items that you need to have due by a certain due date here. Okay, and then when you're ready to submit these, you basically go into the La Lima assignment and it'll give you specifications on what to post in the La Lima assignment and then what to post inside your personal course website. Okay, so you'll get a little bit more of an overview in that area there. Now, moving on to Skype hours. You have this video here and it basically tells you how to get Skype, how to add me as a contact, and then also how to use the Book Now feature. Okay, so that's in this video here. Now, UH email, we have this video here that shows you how to communicate through UH email and also how to change your forwarding settings if you don't regularly check UH email and you check a different, like Yahoo or Hotmail or some other email account so that you always read it. And it also talks to you about reminders of how often to check your email and things like that. Okay. Next section right here, we have student samples. As I mentioned in the homework section, these are the web pages that the students have, and there's an example page that tells you how to post your work at the end of each week to the student website along with the assignment. Okay, now again in this area down here with the week-by-week play of lessons and what's due and how to turn it in, you'll learn more about that in that video up here of La Lima for homework. And that's pretty much it in terms of navigating the website.
All right, so that concludes the overview of the course website and resources. If you have absolutely any questions, please do not hesitate to get a hold of me via phone, email, or Skype. I'm available to you. Aloha.